All right, folks, grab your coffee, grab your XRP family merch, and lock in because we're talking about XRP rate cut rally. It is already underway. The inflows are just getting started. And we also have the SEC and Ripple both about to drop their appeals this month as well. All of it's going to be fueling this rally for XRP that's underway. Let's get right on into the update. Everything's at zachrector.com. Greatly appreciate your support. Check it out. The Fed's daily on the July Fed decision. He says he was willing to wait another cycle, but we can't wait forever. So we have Daly, we have Waller, both now coming out and saying that it's time to switch up. We have one Fed board governor that's actually resigning early. They've only been serving since September, but they're out of there. And so it's getting a little shaky at the Fed, and the market's starting to price it in right now. Check it out. September rate cut odds surged to 90%. Goldman Sachs says that we expect the FOMC to deliver 3 consecutive 25 basis point cuts starting in September. Now, this would take our effective fund rate back down to about 4.5 to 4.75, I believe, is where we would be at. Because I think we're at 5.25 to 550. So if we come down about 75 basis points, we would be at 4.5 to 4.75 on your effective Fed funds rate. Now, what's underway, though, and what the market's going to do, starting to price in these rate cuts with a pump and an expectation of those Fed rate cuts, is going to make our market excited once again. Now, the date on which the Fed will be meeting will be September 16th and 17th. 17th is when we'll get that interest rate decision. And so we'll slide over here to my XRP price chart, and I've now added another vertical line right here on September 17th so that we can start to watch this one on our time frame as well. Now you see here XRP back above $3 with strength. We're at 307 right now, and it's looking fantastic. We only have 30% to go. Let me just zoom in real quick. Only 30% to go to get up into my price target of $4 to $5, and I have it by August 12th. There's a reason why I drug out that I wanted to give myself a few days grace. And so we're looking at by August 12th is when I have my target set for a $4 to $5 XRP. We got faked out. We ran up here to 366, came back down. Everybody got scared. Oh, Zach, we're going to miss your purple box. No, we're not. We're still right on track, and we're only 30% away. We could do that in 2 days with ease back here on the XRP price chart. Zoom out, and you'll see that we're still right on track for my $7 to $15 target by August 23rd and September 7th is that window of opportunity. So by September 7th, I'm still hanging on to a $7 to $15 XRP. Where's the money going to come from? Well, let me show you where money's flowing right now. No XRP spot ETFs available, so the money's flowing into Bitcoin and Ethereum. Matt Hoogan, who is the chief investment officer of Bitwise, says Ethereum ETFs pulled in $5.4 billion in July. When you consider Ethereum is 20% the size of Bitcoin, the scale of those flows really hits home. Imagine if Bitcoin ETFs did $27 billion in a month. And, I just said, and I'm just thinking to myself, well, just imagine XRP ETFs see that $5 billion that the Ethereum ETFs are seeing. You're going to see a much better ROI on XRP, 1, and 2, that percentage gain that's coming for XRP based off those conservative inflows is going to be dramatic. Now, are the Bitcoin ETFs going to see $27 billion in a month? They haven't yet that I'm aware of, and I don't think that they're going to. Now, the inflows have been pretty good. Took Bitcoin to a new all-time high. Fantastic. Ethereum ETFs have been live for a year. They've seen some, billions of inflows so far, just 5.4 billion in July alone. The largest inflow month for Ethereum by far, still didn't hit a new all-time high. That's a problem. But if you talk about 5 billion coming into XRP, well, I just went on over to Google. We've been doing our market cap multiplier, and I've been trying to make this simple for everybody to understand. But if we just put a 50x multiplier on that 5 billion. So for example, if the ETFs go live for XRP in September or October, and we were to see 5 billion of net inflows into XRP, just staying conservative with the 50x multiplier, not the 472x multiplier that I showed you this morning, not the 1250x multiplier that we showed you over a 12-hour period during the weekend, just a 50x. not a 500, a 50x multiplier on that, it would equate to XRP's market cap growing by 250 billion. 250 billion. Okay, so we'll head on over here to the XRP market cap chart, and I'll show you what that would do for XRP and XRP price-wise. So on the market cap, if we add 250 billion to XRP's market cap, you're up about 138% in price, and you'd be at a market cap of about 433 billion. We're just rounding around, rounding off the numbers, keeping our math simple. Now, what's interesting is that this perfectly aligns with the percentage growth that we would need to see for a $7 XRP. Ain't that something? So from today's price, 138% gain, that would take us to a $7 XRP. Once again, back to the XRP market cap chart. If we see 138% growth, 252 billion in XRP's market cap, that's all lined up. And we're talking about staying conservative, only 5 billion of inflows, which is what the Ethereum ETFs pulled in July alone. And this is why I say, give me a year, up to a year after those ETFs go live, and I'm hanging my hat on a $20 to $30 XRP based off these inflows and what we're going to see coming conservatively. Yeah, it's a $20 to $30 XRP, and it very well could be more. And we're not done yet. One of the other things that's going to fuel this XRP rally and the inflows coming in is when retail finally realizes, oh, gee, the XRP Ripple case is finally over, and it's going to come, most likely this month. This is Mark Fagel, who used to work at the SEC. So don't take it from me. I'm just an XRP hopium guy, a YouTuber that does nothing but shills XRP hype. Because we believe in it. We have fundamentals, real analysis, and data to back it up. And yes, we do get hyped about XRP. But please don't listen to me. Let's listen to an SEC lawyer who has to cross every T and dot every I and make sure that everything's straight. What does he have to say? Ripple has not yet dropped its cross appeal. There is a standard process the SEC must follow to approve this, which can take several months. No foot dragging, just legal requirements. It will happen soon. Remember, this process already started a few months ago. So it takes a few months. It's been a few months. It's coming now. Judge Torres no longer has anything to do with this case. This is in the appeals court. And so the next date in this case that I'm hearing right now is August 15th. And so, what are the odds that we see here an SEC Ripple both dropping their appeals officially? The case is officially over. We can shout it far and wide because nobody wants to listen to me when I say that the case is over now. Our community has PTSD, and I don't like to use that term with all due respect to real people who had PTSD, but you get my point. Our community is still very frustrated here with this whole SEC case, and nobody believes it's actually going to come to an end, but it is. Probably this month, with both appeals being dropped by the SEC and Ripple simultaneously by August 15th, which is in 11 days. SEC appeal drops, ETFs go live. The pump's already underway because of XRP rate cuts, as we titled the episode. Obviously, it doesn't just impact XRP. It's going to impact all of the markets, which are all moving back up. Just XRP is going to be in the lead. And that's what's happening as we speak. That was the bottom. If you didn't scoop up 272, you missed it. If you didn't scoop up under $3, I don't know, you might have missed it. We might still go back below $3, but it's moving quickly. And we're talking about tens of millions of dollars has come into XRP so far this weekend to get XRP from 272 to above $3.07 right now. We're talking about like 50, 60 million maybe. We're not talking about billions flew into XRP over the past few days to make XRP's market cap grow by about 20, 25 billion. We're talking about tens of millions. And July saw 5.4 billion flow into the Ethereum ETFs. It's coming for XRP 100%. Please prepare yourself accordingly. And so we just try to do it every single day for you guys. If you appreciate what we're doing, make sure you like this video, share it out far and wide. This hat is not available on the website yet, but it will be here shortly, so stay tuned for that one. All of the XRP family merch. If you want to book a one-on-one session with me, get in now while we still got room on the schedule. Join us in the Discord family. This thing's going to be moving quickly and you do not want to be left behind. Get tapped in with us, ZachRector.com. Appreciate your support. God bless you all. Stay safe out there. I am your host, Zach Rector. I really appreciate all of the love and support. If you want to support the channel, just remember that you can start by smashing that thumbs up for me, sharing this content far and wide, and everything else is at my website.